Next, we're going to have a look at how to add a temporary job into HRS Pro. I'm currently sat in a company record called Toys R Us, and we can see on the contacts tab inside this company record that we've got Lewis Hamilton being the main contact for this particular company. And we're going to add a temporary job into Toys R Us. So we're going to go across to the top jobs tab. Currently 2 jobs already in there, but we're going to add a new one by clicking on the green plus on the right hand side. Are you sure you want to create a new job? OK. And it takes us to the jobs area of the database at the top of the screen, and we can see that we are in a sort of pre-populated job record because Toys R Us is already populated on the left hand side, so we haven't had to do any of the linking. Top left hand corner we've got details about the job, so the date the job was opened, whether it's permanent, contract or temporary. We're going to go for a temporary one. The job reference is automatically populating from something that's set up in the back office. Number of vacancies is 1. And then we're going to add a job title of administrator. The percentage fee is being pulled through from Toys R Us's record. And then we've also got the industry underneath as well. Underneath that on the details tab, we've got obviously Toys R Us already populated on the left hand side. The consultant's name who's adding the job onto the database is already in the consultant data area. And on the right hand side it's automatically using the primary contact set for Toys R Us, which is Lewis Hamilton. If it wasn't Lewis Hamilton who was the hiring manager for this job, then I could click the green plus and I could select somebody else who works for Toys R Us instead, but I'm going to leave it as Lewis. And then we need to fill in the details of the temporary job. So if I go down to the temp stroke contract info tab at the bottom, and in the middle column we need to fill in things like the rate type, income tax type and the work schedule. Currency is already preset to sterling, that's because I've got that set up in the back office as the default. Rate type, we're going to go for an hourly rate type. And then we can see on the income tax type whether or not it's limited company, PAYE or self-employed. The main difference between these, if we leave it on PAYE, then it will actually calculate NI and holiday pay when it's adding or creating the timesheets. We'll leave it on PAYE for the moment. And then we need to fill in the work schedule, and we have a little edit work schedule button below to use to put that in. So let's say this is a 2-week temp job starting yesterday the 8th and finishing on the 21st, so that's 2 weeks. And then if you know the hours that are required for this job, we can either go down clicking on the day button to put in day hours, or morning only, afternoon or just evenings. So we're looking for somebody who's available every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And when I click on the day button, you can see it's adding 8 till 6. And again, in the back office, you can predetermine what hour slots are put in when you click the buttons. Also, if additional dates are needed outside of the 2 start and end dates I put at the top, we can list those dates at the bottom. Once I've filled in the work schedule, if I just click outside this window, it will close down and we can see the dates are now in the work schedule field. Now, because the rate type I've selected further back up is hourly, the hourly rates will be the ones that appear in the rate table to the left when I add them. So if I now click on the green plus, we can see that the list are hourly rates. Again, these are set up in the back office. And the idea is really to start off with the standard hourly rate. And let's say you're going to pay the temp person £12 an hour, and you're going to charge the client £20 an hour. Now, because I had the income tax type selected on the right as PAYE, we can see that the PAYE is also calculating based on 20%, which is the rate that's set up in the back office. It would also, when I populate the timesheets, once I've created them for somebody, it will also work out the NI and the holiday pay accrual as well, because the income tax type is PAYE. If you didn't want any of that to be calculated, then you would probably select limited company if you're using a payroll company to do all that for you. So we've added the rates. If I want to add any more rates, now that I've added the standard hourly rate, if I just click back on the green plus And if I just scroll down and, for example, choose double time, the one at the bottom, time times 2, we can see that once I've selected that rate, it just purely takes the pay rate and the charge rate and multiplies it by 2. They're still editable, so if it wasn't £24, then you could still click on that and you could edit it to whatever the rate should be. I can still attach anything like a job spec if I've got one to this job, just as we did for a permanent job, by going to the Info and Docs tab and then clicking in the little green plus in the job spec box and bringing through the job spec into the job record. And that's how to add a temporary job to HRS Pro.